Here we got, sometimes when you're out in a survival situation, you'll find some water and it'll be full of bugs or full of junk and stuff. And if you got some water that you want to filter, and here's a kind of a makeshift filter here. We got a tripod. You'll notice in the top part we got grass. In the middle part we have charcoal out of the fire. In the bottom part we have sand. Now, as we talked about before, Mother Nature has the best filter, which is sand. Now this isn't enough sand. We actually need 6 feet. But if let's say we got a situation where maybe there's an animal that's been in some water and the animal died and it's decayed. Well, the little particles, even if you boil those, they're going to still make you sick. So you're going to want to run it through a filter. And this is a makeshift filter we can do. The grass here, that ends up grabbing any big particles that might be in there when you're pouring water. Then it comes down through this and then it drips into this charcoal. Now the charcoal is really good for soaking up any poisons and stuff like that. And charcoal is really good at doing that. And then after it drips down through there, then it goes into the sand. Now, one thing that you have to have when you use this, you have to have patience. I've seen other guys do these types of things and they'll pour the water really fast, and I can tell you what's going to happen. It'll go down through this pretty quick and it'll go down through this pretty quick. When it hits the sand, it takes longer for the water to go through the sand, and if you want it to go through the sand, then you need to go slow. If you go fast, it's going to run right to the edge of the sand. It's going to go down, and you can use a towel or a t-shirt or your sock or whatever you have that you can use to build these. But when it hits that sand, you got to be patient. You got to let it just drip through. And if you don't, it'll run right to the edge and it'll go right past your sand, and it won't happen. A lot of times, like when you do your sand and stuff, that piece is heavy, and if you got a tie to it and you want it to hold, you just can't tie to it. You can't twist this and tie onto that because it just won't hold it, especially if it's got some weight to it. So I wanted to show you how you can do this. You can take a rock. I'm just going to take an acorn, and basically you slip it in, and you got a thing then that you can actually tie to.
Honey, you gotta bring it up here.
And that'll make a and that right there is really strong. That'll hold. Or if you tied just to the cloth wrapped around, it wouldn't stay there. It'd pull right through. So these are the ways to make a makeshift filter. If you got stuff in water that, I've seen the cisterns out in the deserts that are full of grasshoppers and dead bugs and stuff like that. And in that case, you're going to want a filter. And this is a good filter. It has a 3-part to it. And still, once you get it done, you're still going to want to boil the water afterwards. So nice makeshift filter.